Hi guys. So today was a very interesting day, I will say, for me. Um, so there is I don't know if any of you or all of you or whoever are familiar with like programs like eating disorder programs that are kind of out there to help people work through, eating disorders and emotions associated with it. A lot of them, well, all of them actually, have to deal with the individuals and people sitting down and having meals together, and then kind of processing that and processing, what your eating disorder is about and all that stuff. So there is a program that's an intensive outpatient program that the hospital suggested that I go to and that my parents are on board with. I discussed in previous videos how there's another program that I feel a lot more aligned with. They have a yoga studio next door. It's 3 days a week. You bring your own meals. They just have to be good, balanced meals. And ideally, I wish I was going to that program, but I'm not. And my parents have given me the ultimatum that if I don't do this program that's 5 days a week, then I will be homeless. So at this point, I'm not at a place where I really have a choice. So there's a lot of just kind of feeling of kind of like hopelessness and giving up, which is not how I was feeling yesterday and for the past, 5 days. And even in the hospital, I started to feel a lot more hopeful and stronger and better and encouraged and motivated to recover, kind of in not my own way, but in a way that felt and feels good to me. So that's, it's something that I'm struggling with right now. So anyways, I'm all over the place. So I had an appointment today to go to this program, and from what I understood, it was just going to be an intake. They were going to ask me questions, and we were kind of going to discuss what level of treatment there needed to be, and if the program was the right fit for me, and everything like that. After meeting with a social worker, I then met with the director of the program, and she said, "We'd like you to start today." And I kind of looked at my mom and I was like, "Well, I'm not ready for that. I just thought today was going to be an intake, and I thought maybe next week we'd start or something." And my mom said, "No, if that's what they want." And she said, "And if you don't do this, then you're going to have to call a taxi home. I'm not bringing you home." So it's either, do a program and be sick and kind of, do that, and you can be with your family and live at home, or you're homeless and you gotta fend for yourself. And I have, I've had my own apartments before, and I've lived on my own before, and I've been in college, and I've done things like that. So it's not that I am not capable, but right now, I don't have a lot of money, and I don't have anything planned. So to just kind of be told it's either this or you're homeless and your father and I want nothing to do with you, it sucks. And I'm really not trying to complain. I'm trying to be positive. Yesterday I felt so good, and since I've been home, I felt so good. And just going to this program has just kind of felt a little negative. There are positive aspects. The food today was fine. I didn't have any complaints. My only concern is that they don't honor veganism, and I'm such a strong vegan, and it's for ethical reasons. That I'm a little concerned about that aspect. And I've tried, explaining to them who, they're people who are supposed to be like nutritionists and trained in nutrition, because they were talking about like, well, we have milk that doesn't have lactose in it and stuff. And I said, well, that kind of has nothing to do with why I'm a vegan. And also, a lot of times people use the excuse for using dairy products or eggs or stuff like that. They say, well, it's a good source of protein and whatever. And I said to them, okay, I have flax milk at home that is 10 grams of protein, whereas regular milk is 8 grams of protein. And so just it's upsetting, and it's hard to deal with that kind of stuff, because it's like I just have to kind of shut my mouth and take it. And I'm trying to be grateful, and I'm trying to be positive. And I really want to recover and move forward. But I also want to be true to myself and hold true to my values. So it just feels like, I guess in simple words, it feels hard, and it makes me kind of sad that I'm, in that position, especially with my family, because they did, say, like, we'll have nothing to do with you if you don't do this program, and you won't have anywhere to live. So I'm sure some of you are thinking, well, suck it up. You want to get better, and you don't have a choice, and I get that, but I just really was feeling good and wanted to continue on that kind of positive movement, positive path. I have a popsicle that's dripping right now. See, like, I'm fine with with eating, and I don't have a problem with eating, but I want to hold true to my values, and I don't want to, drink milk, and I don't want to eat eggs. It just doesn't feel right to me, and it kind of hurts my heart. So, I'm gonna just continue praying, and I would even ask that those of you who watch this, and I know there's not a lot of people who watch this, but ask that you kind of maybe pray as well, not only for me, but for anyone in recovery, not only eating disorder recovery, any form of recovery, because it's not an easy road or path, and a lot of the work has to deal with not only yourself and introspective stuff, but also your loved ones and family and relationships, and that is so much of what an eating disorder is about, I guess. And I don't want to have that feeling that it's like, I don't want to complain, I don't want to cry, I don't want to be a baby, I want to be grateful and hopeful and positive. So I guess that's my choice, and that's what I have to continue doing, is keeping a positive mindset and outlook. Another thing that they said to me today is that they suggested that I rent a wheelchair and have someone push me around in a wheelchair while at home. And, they asked about activity and stuff, and I said, well, I'm really not doing that much, because my mom even, kind of is trying to limit that and will tell me you're walking too much, or even like you're sitting outside in the sun too much. And, we said, like, well, we live on a lake, and a few days ago, I went out and I floated in the water. And they said, yeah, that would be expending too much energy and burning too many calories. And, I know nutrition and stuff and what burns calories, and sitting in a float on the water does not burn calories, and to be told that, it just sucks. So I don't want to take that victim mentality in my healing process. I really want to empower myself and encourage others to empower themselves. So I will continue to try to be positive, and I keep saying the same thing because I'm just, it was a lot today, and I wasn't expecting to have to start the program right away. One thing, though, that I am kind of trying to do is, so in these programs, you're given meals, and if you follow me on Instagram, then you can see, like, I'm going to post what I have for meals every day. And today, the meals were great. I had lunch and I had a snack. Tomorrow, I'll have to have breakfast, snack, a lunch, and another snack. But, for lunch, I had carrots, hummus, a veggie burger, some tomato soup, and then I don't know what it was for dessert, but it was like some ginger something or whatever, and it was fine. I ate it all, and part of why I ate it all is because you have to, and if you don't, then you have to supplement it with Ensure. And I'm really not trying to say anything bad about the company Ensure, but the ingredients in it I think are kind of crap. There's milk, there's soy, there's a lot of added stuff. It's filled with sugar, and, they kind of promote, like, being, like, a protein type thing. Really doesn't have that much protein in it. So for me, not eating the whole meal and taking the Ensure really didn't feel like an option, and I don't want to have to do that. I'd rather eat real foods. But for, times when I just can't eat all of that, and a alternative would be, having like a meal replacement, I think there should be other options other than Ensure. And I know maybe programs aren't there yet, but there are such great meal replacement alternatives. Like Garden of Life has a great meal replacement powder. I even have been eating that kind of regularly on my own here for times when I feel like I need a little extra, and it has like tons of protein, doesn't have sugar, it's made out of plants and like grains and all kinds of stuff, and it's just good nutrition. And my kind of hope maybe is to try to, and it probably won't happen in the time of my own recovery, but to try to get maybe programs to work with alternatives and companies that have great meal replacements and stuff like that, or work with companies like Good Karma or So Good or nut pods that have like milk alternatives that are just as nutritious as real milk. I think that would be wonderful. Maybe I could start my own eating disorder program that refeeds individuals with all what I believe to be really good stuff. So maybe if I could focus on that and just trust and try to be grateful and be hopeful, then this process will be a little easier. I can just keep looking at the sunshine and keep a positive mindset that this is all good and it's going to be for the best. Sorry, I'm not a pretty crier, and I get that. Nobody wants to sit and watch someone cry for 15 minutes, but I think it's important for me to explain to people what's going on, and for people who are going through it or have been through it or are going to go through it, to be able to relate or to be able to say, hey, yeah, I'm a vegan too, and I've been in treatment too, and they didn't honor my veganism, and felt like they weren't honoring me, you know. So tomorrow I will go back at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not a morning person, so that will be a little hard, but at least I have my afternoons. And nights, I like evenings, but I'm going to have to go to bed early because I have to wake up early, so that's okay. I hope that everyone is having a great day, a great summer. If you're in New England, then you have experienced this heat wave that's going on. Today it wasn't quite so hot, but yeah. So that's what's going on today, and tomorrow is another day, and I will try to be as positive as possible, and I'll definitely post another video tomorrow, keep updates, and keep with positive thinking. You know, I don't need a wheelchair. Somehow I'm gonna get programs working with alternatives, all good stuff, right? So I'm gonna keep that mindset and keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. For anyone out there that is in recovery, keep moving forward and keep positive mindset. Even if you're told you're going to be homeless. Keep a positive mindset. Keep saying your prayers. Keep being thankful. And keep fighting for yourself and for your health and for maybe your family or your loved ones. If you can't, you know, shut your mouth and take it, like I said, for yourself, then I guess try to do it for your family or people that you love. So, blessings to everyone. Hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you for watching. Please be kind. Please try not to say mean things. I'd rather just not have anything said.